Beautiful Virgo peeps, what's happening, what's crack-a-lackin', and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot. I'm coming at you guys with your mid-August 2021 tarot reading. I hope you guys are well, and if so, let me know down in the comments down below. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome, and if not, it's not your message. And if you guys want to follow any of my social media, all that information is going to be linked down in the description box down below. So Virgo, welcome on into your mid-August, and let's see what we got going on. Messages for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-August 2021. What do we got coming in here for Virgo? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-August 2021. All right, Virgo. You guys are coming through pretty quick. Let's go ahead and grab one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully, we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look, all right? Virgo, overall energy for you guys here is showing up as the Nine of Cups. So you can be connecting possibly with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Taking a look at your current energy, we got here the Eight of Swords, person you're dealing with, we got here the High Priestess. Taking a look at the outcome that's present, we got here the Page of Cups. Why do I feel like this is the energy of overthinking? Like, why am I this happy? Should I be this happy? Should I be this good? Or is something bad gonna come in the way and fuck everything up? Like, that's the energy I feel that's happening here. It's kind of like you're overthinking of, okay, things are going suspiciously well. Suspiciously well. And I'm not sure if something's just gonna happen and fuck up my day. You know what I'm saying? So with the energy that's present, Virgo, things seem to be going apparently well. But with the Eight of Swords in the way, you're overthinking. And those overthinking thoughts are kind of leading you to feel, should I be worried? Should I be anxious that all this happiness I have is going to disappear, or something's going to come on my path and fuck it up? Because whenever I seem to be happy, something's got to come in and fuck up my happiness, okay? So I definitely feel like that's the energy you're kind of sitting in mid-August. And when I did your August 2021 overall reading, it was fantastic. You guys had a marvelous reading, but stepping into the second half here, it's like this worried energy of, what if something ruins my happiness? Now, taking a look at what you're dealing with, you are dealing with the High Priestess here. Now, with the High Priestess energy, you could be connecting with the Pisces. I definitely feel like this is kind of like this intuitive inner knowing that you have of things are going well. Like, I shouldn't focus on my negative thoughts. I shouldn't overthink. I shouldn't be in the period of time where I'm distracting myself from the present moment. I should enjoy the current moment I'm sitting in. And that would, of course, be my best advice to you. Literally, my best advice that I tell people is that when you're happy, be present to the moment and enjoy the happiness for as long as you're experiencing it. The thing about every emotion we have is that every emotion is temporary. Happiness is temporary, just like sadness is temporary. Anger is temporary, just like joy is temporary, okay? At the end of the day, every emotion we experience and everything in general on this planet and throughout our 3D reality lives are going to be temporary. So Virgos, at the end of the day, sure, eventually that happiness you have may turn into sadness, may turn into anger, it may turn into, I'm just feeling okay. But by focusing on the fear of that happiness being taken away from you is what's actually taking away from your happiness. Looking at the outcome that's present, Page of Cups, it's time to tap on into the present and enjoy all of the wonderful things you're currently experiencing. It's time for you to take a step back and not worry and overthink, but instead to live in the present moment and enjoy everything that's good that's currently going on in your life. So Virgo, stepping into mid-August, we got to take away those fears, baby. You know, something will happen eventually. I'm not saying something bad's gonna happen and take away your happiness, but nobody's happy forever. You know, you might be happy one day and feel okay the next. You might be joyous one day and feel shitty the next. At the end of the day, if you're in a good spot in your life right now, enjoy it as much as you can. You know, maybe a stressful time is on the way, who knows? Or maybe an even greater time than you're experiencing now is on the way. But if you avoid your present moment where all this good stuff is happening and you only focus on, well, what if the worst thing comes in and takes it away? You're taking away the happiness yourself. You're robbing your own self of your happiness in that present moment. So Virgo, stay present as fuck throughout mid-August here because it's going to work to your benefit. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the Nine of Cups. What's going well in Virgo's life throughout mid-August 2021? Let's take a look at that. Clarify the Nine of Cups. And what do we have? We have here the Devil. I definitely feel like you conquered a lot of negativity. You conquered a lot here. Over the past couple months, your mental health may have been expanding in such a positive way. You may have learned how to cope with things like anxiety, cope with things like negativity and sadness. I definitely feel like a lot of you learned how to cope and you learned a lot more about yourself and what triggers you and what bothers you. So overall, you learned how to take care of yourself and how to take care of your mental more properly in a way that actually works for you. So I think that's something that's making you very happy. Let's go ahead and clarify the Eight of Swords though. What's up with the overthinking? As we know, Virgos overthink, baby. So what's up with the Eight of Swords? And what do we got? We got here the Chariot, worried for the future, of course, and we got here the Knight of Pentacles, worried that the future is not so far off. So it's the worry of like your happiness disappearing right in front of your eyes. All right, let's see what this happiness is though. What is it right now that's going well for Virgo? I mean, Nine of Cups in a general sense is everything's going well. For some of you, you could have a romantic connection going well. We have here the Knight of Cups. We also have here the Seven of Wands, and we have here the Magician. You might be in a very confident place right now in your life. Everything might be working out for you really well. This could be your job going smoothly, a relationship going smoothly, it could be a friendship going smoothly, or just genuinely ebb and flow of day-to-day stuff going well. It's just the energy of life's been feeling light lately. It hasn't felt heavy. It's felt good. I've been waking up. I've been feeling good about myself. I've been taking care of myself, been going to the gym. You know, you've been doing things to take care of yourself. And each day you've waken up and you felt good. You're like, you know what? Life's not all that bad. You've been in a very neutral, good, positive type of energy. So that's what you feel is weird for you, because when you're looking back a couple months ago, you might have been in more of a hectic place. Maybe you were in a very stressed out place a couple months ago. Maybe you were in a very sad place, a very angry place. Whatever it was that you were in, whatever state of being you were in a couple months ago, that might have became your normal. And considering that was your normal, feeling happy, feeling good throughout your day-to-day basis is feeling out of the norm for you. The truth of the situation is that normal is what you perceive of it. And if you perceive that being stressed, being anxious, being sad is your normal everyday life, your perception of normal is always going to be something negative. So be mindful of what your perception is as well, Virgo, stepping into the second half of August, because you don't want to perceive a normal life as a shitty life. You don't want to perceive a normal life as a lot of bad shit going on. I think it's normal to be happy. I think it's normal to be feeling good. I think it's normal to be taking care of yourself. I think it's normal to be living your best motherfucking life. We got to remember that our perception is our reality. So if we're identifying what is normal as something that's negative, we're always going to be having a negative perception on normality, on the normal life you live. Fuck that shit. It is normal to be positive. It is normal to be happy. It is normal to feel good. What is not normal is not feeling good. There we go. Let's flip that perception right around, okay? Now, tell me about the High Priestess. What's going on with the High Priestess for mid-August here with Virgo? Why is Virgo dealing with the High Priestess? What do we got? We got here Queen of Cups, and we got here the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So I think the High Priestess here is the part of you that's kept in the dark. What do I mean the part of you that's kept in the dark? It's whatever is still buried within you. This is old belief systems, just like we were talking about perception, right? A perception kind of hinders towards a belief. So therefore, if you believe that a normal life is a shitty life, your perception and your belief system is that normal is not good. So your belief system here definitely still has some core beliefs that I do feel need to be worked on stepping into the second half of August. Whatever those beliefs are that you can identify are negative, do your best to rework them. I do feel that stepping into mid-August, this is all going to be about positive reinforcement. So whatever has been negatively reinforced in your brain, you're going to be training your brain to positively reinforce it. For example, Five of Pentacles. This is usually a card that has abandonment issues. So if any Virgos are currently dealing with the fear of being abandoned or any sort of abandonment issues, that is probably a negative reinforced thing that's occurred in your life. And it's caused you to believe that people tend to abandon you. So the belief that was formed from this Five of Pentacles is that people always abandon me. And because you believe that, you negatively reinforce it in your life over and over and over again. Well, stepping into mid-August, instead of looking at the perception of people always walk away from me, people always abandon me, look at it in a different light. What if the universe removes people who do not serve in my path? The universe removes obstacles from my life, aka people who do not deserve my energy. Whenever people walk out of my life, it is for my highest good because I am meant to align with someone or something better. If you switch up that perception and you start having a positive reinforcement every time something that was negatively reinforced that happened, you start to reinforce the positive. So every time you get this fear of abandonment, you look at it in a different perspective, in a different perception, and you say, no, I wasn't abandoned. This was all happening for my highest of good. that's positive reinforcement entering your life, okay? So I do feel like if you have any negative beliefs here, stepping into mid-August, it would be a really good time to identify what those negative beliefs are. A really great exercise actually is go ahead, grab yourself like a pen or something, go get a piece of paper, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some time and you're gonna write out what you find as a negative belief in your life. You know, do you tend to believe that people don't think you're good enough? If that's the case, write that down. That's a negative belief. If you tend to believe that there are no good people out there in the world, write that down. That's a negative belief. If you believe that you're not worthy of receiving this or worthy of receiving that, write it down, jot it down. That's a negative belief. I want you guys to kind of think to yourselves here, and without overthinking, okay? That's another important thing to talk about. Don't overthink this exercise. Whatever you feel is a negative belief that you have, just write it down, all right? So when you finish up writing everything that you possibly can, Virgo, I definitely want you guys to go over that list of all those negative beliefs. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna see how you can turn those negative beliefs into positive beliefs. Let's see how you can change your perception on that. The thing about life is there's always a loophole. We can look at one thing negatively and another person can look at it in a positive light. You see what I'm saying? Somebody can look at a breakup as a tragedy and other people can look at that breakup as a blessing because that means you were meant for somebody else. You weren't meant for the person you were with, you were meant to be aligned with somebody else. So every negative belief you've written down, see how you can turn that into a positive and start reinforcing all of your negative beliefs into a positive belief. So once we clear out all that negativity, all that underlying negativity, Virgo, it's really gonna help you ascend moving forward into seeing your new normal, AKA your normal being a happy life. You're gonna be eliminating a lot of negativity here, stepping into the second half of August, okay? Now I know there's a lot of information we discussed already, so if you guys have to like slow down the video, because I might be going too quick, sometimes I go really fast, my brain works quickly, so if you need to pause me or slow me down, feel free to. But a lot of information here so far, and a lot of it has to do with clearing those negative beliefs and overall strengthening your mental health and strengthening your positive reinforcement. All right, what other messages do we have here for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-August 2021. This reading is definitely more of a freestyle read, but I like these reads the most because we get so much information. All right, what other messages do we have for Virgo? We got here the Hermit, we got here the Knight of Swords, we got here the Hierophant, and we got here the Four of Swords. Beautiful. So the Hermit here to the Knight of Swords. Stepping into mid-August, right? When it comes towards the line of communication for the people involved in your life, make sure the people that you surround yourself with are making you feel uplifted and happy. When it comes towards your day-to-day life, your environment plays a very big role in your attitude, in your mental health, in your perception and perspective of life. Remember that if we're in a really negative environment, we tend to pick up on the negativity and the negative energy surrounding that environment, and that kind of pushes its way into our lives. If we're in a more positive environment, we tend to be in a more naturally high vibrational place with a more boosted mood. So Virgo, Knight of Swords to the Hermit. If there's any people that you need to dodge, any people that you need to avoid, any people that you need to remove yourself from in order to have more peace and more positive energy surrounding you, definitely feel free to do that. Remember, the only loyalty you really need to have right now is the loyalty to yourself, because here's the truth of the situation. If someone thinks that you deserve to be loyal to them and they don't treat you with the utmost respect and they don't treat you good, you don't need loyalty to nobody else but yourself. So just a friendly reminder here, Virgo, you do not need to be loyal to people who treat you like crap. You do not need to be loyal to people who don't give you good energy. At the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself and be loyal to yourself. We fill our cups first before we fill the cups of others. And if anybody in our environment is not serving in our highest of good, they don't need our energy and we don't owe them shit. All right, definitely keep that in mind. Moving forward, closing out this reading for Virgo, because I don't really feel like there's much more to say. What's going to be the overall outcome of Virgo's month here for the second half of August? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout August 15th through the 31st, what's going to be the overall outcome? We got here the Nine of Wands, we got here the Seven of Pentacles, and we got here the Page of Pentacles. Beautiful. I definitely feel like those core negative beliefs that you are still working on identifying, I see them coming up here. I see you putting in more time of clearing those negative beliefs, Virgo, until you get to a point where you can say, you know what, I'm done. I'm letting go of these negative beliefs that no longer serve me, and it's time for me to apply my energy into more positive things in my life, and it's time for me to accept that normal doesn't have to be bad. Normal can be good. So I'm moving into my new normal. I like that energy, man. And I think that was a great analogy to talk about in the beginning of the video, you know? When somebody identifies unhappiness, stress, and anxiety as their normal everyday life, you're never going to expect and be like, you're going to be shocked every time you're happy. You know, every time you're happy, you're going to be like, oh God, this is out of the blue. This isn't normal. This isn't right. And it's going to push you right back into going in that negative box. You don't want that. Normal is love. Normal is happiness. Normal is positive. Normal is everything's good, you know? So your normal life is a happy life. Identify with that. Remind yourself of that. Tell yourself that every single day. Because if you were to say, my normal life is shit, then you're never going to be happy when things are going out of the blue. AKA, when you're happy, you're just going to be worried because it ain't normal, right? So remember, Virgos, get into your new normal over here. The normal is the good. The normal is the happy. The normal is the positive. When it comes towards your core negative beliefs, whatever ones you end up identifying with, rework them, right? Your perception's your reality. You can rework those negative beliefs into positive beliefs. Make sure we bring positive reinforcement into our lives here in the second half of August, okay? Like I said, things just seem to be going well for you in a general sense. 9 of Cups. You know, you could have a relationship be going incredibly well right now. You could have your job going well, or maybe just the ebb and flow of your day-to-day life is going really good, and that's awesome news. Just make sure that you don't distract yourself with the overthinking. 8 of Swords. Don't overthink and be like, well, I'm happy right now, but what if something happens to fuck it all up? Everything's temporary, including happiness. So we might as well enjoy it while we're already in it instead of worrying when that happiness is going to go. Okay? Virgos, I love you all so much and so dearly. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We've had some really awesome messages for you guys in August, so I'm super ecstatic for you. Hopefully moving into September, we're going to have even more amazing messages coming in. But I love you, Virgos, all so much. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your August 2021, and I will catch you all in your next video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop a comment down below. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. And Virgo, I will see you guys later. Much love, guys, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.